What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's had a great start to the week. The market's shaping up, so we got to get prepared now. There's a couple pairs that I'm already in. I'm monitoring very, very closely because I don't want to take any losses. Um, so I'll just trade London for the next 2 hours, and if I can get into profit, I'll move my stops immediately. So let's go ahead and break down some pairs. First of all, let's take a look at the DXY. Okay, and very important that we take a look at the DXY to understand where the market is going for US correlated pairs. Okay, overall, that we're just going to be short term targeting the previous lows here. Okay, this is going to be on the 8 hour chart, so you can see this overall channel that we've been in, and we have some lows that need to be collected from back in September of last year. Okay, so let's go to the 4 hour chart. Let's take a look. Actually, 1 hour might look a little bit more appropriate here. So if you guys are not in EU long, you guys should be, because the DXY is plummeting. All right, so here we got an impulse correction, another nice little bear flag in there. So we can do some chart work on that just to identify some splits and the difference of impulse and correction. So it's a bear flag. Now this is just a big bear flag. Look at the difference. Still the same. Notice here that we have a 3-touch pattern completion. All right, so that's going to set us up great for some DXY weakness going into the rest of the week. Overall, how we're going to trade this is we're not trading DXY, we're just looking at it because I want to pair it up and match it with EU. Okay, so we're going to measure the price from the impulse to the top all the way down to the correction, which is about 84 pips. Why does that line up exactly with this trend line down here in this previous low? Well, that's how you trade a bear flag, ladies and gentlemen. So other than that, let's go and take a look at our first pair for the night that we're going to be already in profit in, which is beautiful. Euro dollar profiting right off the back here, London session, nice impulse correction, continuation, bull flag, very, very solid on that 30-minute chart for clarity. I saw the impulse forming. Now, once we get to these previous highs, I'm going to be watching just in case we reverse, and then I'll go ahead and close for a small win there. Okay, so just keep it up. EU, we're looking long EU for the rest of the week. We should be a great opportunity right now to get in if you haven't. Now, keep in mind that if we do sell off momentarily for the rest of the night, we can get in right there at that previous low for another position right around there. So if we take the loss here, it's totally okay. It doesn't look like we're taking any losses tonight. Looks like these pairs are just buying right off the bat. So let's go ahead and get into another pair. USDCAD still profiting here. Let's go look at the daily chart. Daily chart showing this beautiful structure, highs, lows, okay, impulse correction, continuation, just over on a huge time frame. All right, so what we're gonna have to do here is actually get down in 30 and take a look at some trend, some short-term trend, separate some impulse from correction, and kind of go from there. Okay, so here we have impulse correction. You can see how this head and shoulders played out. Textbook. Nice high test on the 1 hour to confirm the sell. But other than that, we have an impulse of correction. This is going to be a bear flag, this formation here. And then we have the continuation. Notice how it's just forming the same thing right now. Okay, so we're expecting, basically the same move right off this high. Okay, we can at least get to these previous lows before a move of the stop. But we're going all the way. I want to see if we can target this previous low at the beginning of this correction back in July last month. So we're already in profit on both positions on USD CAD. USD Swiss, dollar Swiss running nicely. We just entered. Reason why, go to the 4 hour chart. We see this beautiful, nice double top within this high of this zone. Okay, so we know that every time price comes into this area, it usually sells off. Look what happened last time in August 1st. Looks like we're going to get the same exact move. 1 hour chart. Let's look at the clarity here. Impulse correction. Nice bear flag that we traded last week. It actually corrected all the way back up to the high. Let's see if we can catch it from the move here. Good TP. target at first would be about a 98,009.98 level for dollar Swiss. Let's go ahead and move into dollar yen. Dollar yen playing around a little bit all day, but we're still holding the sell. The reason why is because we're at the top of this structure. Okay, it can very much be a buy still, but look at the direction of the market for people who marked up the buy earlier, I believe. Impulse, correction, continuation, impulse. This is correcting. Now it seems that we can get to these previous lows before we can move to break even or lock in some small profit. If we get the full move down to 105.754, then we're in for a beautiful long-term swing. All right, NZD-CAD will be the last pair for the night. Now there's a couple different options that this can play out. It's not my most favorite pair of the night because I might turn around and sell it. Okay, so let's take a look. Notice the tweezers forming on the 4 hour. If we get a close like that in 2 hours, I'm closing this buy. Okay, the reason why I took the trade is because we have this low test candle on the 1 hour, which is good enough for me. 40 pip stop to the bottom of that correction. If I do get tagged out and it does react off this double bottom here, I will enter again, or I will be prepared for the head and shoulders. So let's just talk about a level of discretion that you must have as a trader. You need to have a level of discretion. Notice the head and shoulders forming on the 30-minute chart. Very, very clear. There's also multiple head and shoulders. This is very possible that we get a sell right out of NZD-CAD as we thought this was a buy earlier. So please be on your management game. We have a head and shoulders pattern possibly forming. The only way I'm going to take that is if we get a break of this neckline here. So let's go ahead and draw that in. That's going to be the neckline. Let's make it a little bit more thicker so you can see it. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can get a break of the neckline and then a bear flag or a retest on the previous side to take that sucker all the way down. Okay, it'll be a nice sell. I'd be more interested in that personally because it is more clear. So let's have a level of discretion and be prepared for anything on this pair. Looks like it's selling off, so I might close the buy. I'm already negative about 50 bucks on that. Not really worrying too much, but the sell is definitely possible. So let's see what happens and what plays out. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the midweek breakdown.